Hey from Fuller to Fullest fam, I'm back. If this is your first time joining us here, my name is Morgan and I'm your host. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here today. We are doing another Craftcast. If you can tell by our surroundings today, I have a finished object. I've got some works in progress that are familiar and some that are new, and I'm excited to share with you guys today. If you're looking for me on social media, you can find me on Instagram as @MogoFuller. I'm also Morgan Fuller on adventureswithyarn.com, where we are fixing to kick off Sock Sanity. Louise from Adventures with Yarn, she has a podcast also, or a video cast, a vlog that you can follow here on YouTube, Adventures with Yarn. Super sweet, love her so much, and she is hosting Sock Sanity in the month of March, and I'm going to join. Even though I'm not a huge fan of socks, I feel like this is an opportunity for me to really dive in and learn more about socks, so maybe I can begin to enjoy them. But we're going to dive right in with my finished object, which is right here. It is Sweet Baby Margot's sweater. This is a 2T. I did a 3/4 length sleeve on this because they do live in the middle of Texas. If you're familiar with the states, Texas is hot the majority of the year. Even though we had a freak snowstorm across the majority of the U.S., I have dear friends in Texas who went without water, they went without power because the grid wasn't able to support them. The South just doesn't have the infrastructure for weather like that. I mean, we just don't. But everybody that I know and love that I've reached out to are doing okay. They're doing well. And now we're all back into the 70s. So we went from negative temperatures to the 70s within a week. It's crazy. So, but typically our winters are not very cold winters. So I did a 3/4 sleeve on this sweater for Sweet Baby Margot. I finished it and I'm super proud. Still loving that pooling right across the chest. That's just a little bit different from the rest of the sweater. Finished object. This is going to be a short video because I don't have a whole lot. I mean, I've got a lot, but I don't have like a whole lot of chatty stuff. So we're going to plow on through this. I've got some things to do this evening. It's been a busy weekend, but I wanted to touch base with you guys because I'm a little bit late getting this out to y'all. So let's see. Let's look at the things that you have seen and are probably tired of seeing and get them out of the way. I have gotten a lot of progress on this blanket here for my Gemma girl. If you weren't here or if you haven't seen this before, Gemma is my oldest daughter's best friend. She is also she's one of my babies. So let me find so my stitch marker is right there. This is where it was last time you saw it. And I have made all of this progress. Pretty proud of how much progress we've made. I'm almost done. I just have this much left of this yarn. I've got, and that will make it to the other corner. This is a corner to corner crochet. The yarn is Lion Brand Mandala Ombre in the Chi colorway, CHI, and I'm knitting this on a size H, which is a 5mm crochet hook. This is a knitting and crochet podcast, Craftcast, because I enjoy both crafts equally. Equally. I enjoy both crafts for different purposes. I much rather prefer crochet blankets because they work up much faster than knitted blankets. However, garments I prefer knitting because I like the texture of the fabric better than crochet for garments. So I love them both. Gemma's blanket. It's still living in my DFW Fiberfest tote, which I will show you right here. DFW Fiberfest is held in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, hence DFW, of Texas. And my aunt and I went 3 years ago. And I got this tote and lots of yarn that I still have not used all of yet. But anyway, Also living in this bag, both blankets that I'm working on are living in this bag. So this is also a corner to corner crochet blanket. I have not made as much progress on this one because I've been working on this one. We'll set everything over here after you've seen it, but that's where I was last time you saw it. And as you can see, I haven't made a huge amount of progress, but I have made some. This is also Lime Brand Mandala. I do have the ball this time, so I can tell you it's just the classic mandala in the Nifflers colorway. Oh, fluffs already this episode. Ooh, sorry, y'all. And I am knitting or crocheting this on a size F crochet hook. These are the Boyer ergonomic hooks, and the size F is a 3.75 millimeter. It is a much smaller hook because even though this yarn says it's worsted, I think it says it's a worsted weight. Oh no, it says it's a light, a size 3. What would that be, a sport? DK maybe. It calls to knit it on, or crochet it on a H. I'm using an F, which is an H is a 5 millimeter. I'm using a 3.75 because I like the texture of the fabric better. Anyway, those are living in that DFW Fiber Fest tote. Let's see, what else have you seen so far? This. I've made good progress on this. Also, I probably could have made better progress if I hadn't cast on so many things, but this is Biddy's Moonbeam. Last time you saw it, I was just starting this part of the color work, and now I've made pretty good progress on it. Almost done with the color work on hers. I am not going to do the speckling all the way down the sleeve or the body like I did for RJ's, just because this is so much of a smaller circumference, and I don't want to give them both a little bit of distinguishing features. But this is the original pattern does not have the speckling. That's something I added or continued through RJ's because I liked it, or I thought that would be fun, and it was. But for Biddy's, I'm gonna just follow the standard pattern. So I'm almost through with the body on this, and then I'll have the sleeves to go. That is living in my cow print canvas bag from Kitchen Clutter. This is being knit on my Chalgu red lace, fixed circulars in a size US size 8, which is the 5 millimeter needles. There's that. Okay, everything else you have either not seen even a glimpse of, or you saw my plans to start them last time. So I have started the flax sweater, the flax light sweater that I'm going to crop for Crystal. And why I say started, I mean I just barely started this, but I'm loving this colorway. This is Madeline Tosh again in Tosh Sport, and the colorway is Cotton Candy Daydreams. Super, let's see if I can, yeah. Love that blue. It almost blends in with my wall color on camera, but my wall color is a little bit lighter than this in real life. So that is living in my Crazy Craft Lady bag that I got for Christmas from my aunt. Love it. And at long last, I have told you for probably well over a year now that I am going to cast on a weekender. Well, I did. And not only did I cast it on, I made major progress because, like I mentioned earlier, we had a snowstorm in the south. I've told you before, I live in Southwest Arkansas. Me and my husband are 2 girls. And we don't get a whole lot of cold weather. Most of the time, our winters don't get below 20-something degrees. It freezes. I mean, it gets to freezing, but it doesn't stay there long. But we had a week's worth of snow. Like, we had 20+ inches of snow in the South, and we're just not used to that. So everything got shut down. My husband still went to work. My husband has a 4-wheel drive. He knows how to drive in snow like that. So he was very careful, and no issue with him having a wreck or getting stuck anywhere. But I was at home. I don't have telework access. They tried to give me telework access all week. Couldn't get it up and running for me. So I had a lot of time between phone calls with IT waiting. So I made bread. I learned how to make bread, and I knit. My daughter did do her school online. Thankfully, she was already set up to go with that. So all that to say, I had a lot of knitting time. And this is where I'm at on my weekender. I have finished the front of the body, have my shoulder stitches on hold, and almost all of the back of the body. And I have yet to work on it since I went back to work. So I have made major progress. Like, this was not even cast on when you saw it last. And I'm already almost completely done with the body. I'm knitting the size medium. And I'm knitting this on fixed Chalgu red lace needles. I believe these are in a size 8 too. Yes, size 8. But all I have left is the rest of the back and to connect the shoulders and do the sleeves. And I'll be done with this. I'm excited to have it. Now, for those of you that don't know, the weekender is knit wrong side out. Otherwise, you would be doing a lot more purling than you have to. So this is actually the inside of this sweater. This is what most people recognize. It's this beautiful slip stitch detail. Let's see, can you see that? That slip stitch right there in the middle. Right through here is a dead giveaway for a weekender. Like, if you've seen the weekender, you know it. And I'm a little bit behind the curve. You know, it was the real popular thing and everybody was working on it, and I had other things and didn't get started, but I knew I loved it, so I bought the pattern right away. Anyway, it is getting knit now. I do love the Chalgu red lace needles because they don't kink and they don't hold memory, so I can wind them up with the yarn and get stuff done and not have to worry about kinks in my circular needles. So we're almost finished with this. I'm hoping to make more progress on this, but I just let myself get sucked into other things, like trying to finish that purple blanket for Gemma, because bless her heart, she's been waiting on it a while. See how my stack just grows over here. This is normally how it lives in this corner. Here's what it is. So, last thing, and I started these yesterday evening, yesterday afternoon-ish. Yeah, yesterday afternoon. I had 2 birthday parties, and I had nothing that was small and intuitive. I've decided I don't like the word mindless, brainless knitting. I prefer intuitive. So I didn't have anything small and intuitive. This corner to corner blanket, super intuitive, super easy to just pick up and go, but it's at a point now where it's fairly bulky to carry around. So I cast on some Fingerless Mitts. If you've been here with me a little while, you know I did some Hufflepuff mitts for my cousin Molly for Christmas, and they were so cute. And my office now, our air conditioning works better than it used to, and my hands stay cold because I'm right underneath the vent. I'm not a cold-natured person. I'm typically very warm. We keep it on 68 degrees in our house, if that tells you anything. But my hands get so cold because I'm sitting right underneath that vent and it's blowing on me all day. So I kind of did my own pattern of Fingerless Mitts, and I have yet to decide what I'm going to name these. I will probably publish this pattern because it's super easy and it'll be really quick, but I will probably publish these at some point. But this is being made with Stunning String in their Serendipity base. It's merino and silk. I don't remember the percentages, but it's superwash merino and silk. I made my Wonder Woman shawl out of it, and this is what's left over. And it's just enough, if not more than enough, for a set of fingerless mitts. Like, I'm almost done with this. I'm on the ribbing for these. So I may have enough to do 2 sets. If so, I will probably make 2 sets, because why not? And have a set for gifting. But I am putting a little thumb hole here, and I'll single crochet a couple rounds here to reinforce that. But these are, and they're so soft because they've got silk content. My hands are going to be nice and warm at work. So these will be just perfect. I'm going to do, I did 10 rounds of ribbing, 2 rounds of knit, and then this pattern here throughout the body. But on the top, I'm going to do the ribbing shorter on the top of them. I think I'm going to do like 5, 6 rounds in the ribbing pattern. Anyway, so I did these cute little mitts. So that is all my works in progress currently. However, I do have an idea in my brain that I am going to attempt to do. And should I get what I want, the product I want, I plan to write this pattern up. But I'm going to be using, I have had, okay, first of all my yarn crafters know this feeling, but you get that skein of yarn that it's just so precious, and you can't do just anything with it. Like, it's got to be something really special. So any Warehouse 13 fans on this podcast, I love Warehouse. I am a particular fan of Claudia. In their first Christmas episode, she is wearing a knitted cropped hoodie. It's gray. It's got some applique work on it, which I don't want the applique stuff or anything like that, but I would like to have a cropped knit hoodie similar to that. So I'm going to do this with this perfect yarn that I've been saving and saving for just the right project. So I'm going to make it in this beautiful colorway. Can you see how beautiful that is? This is Lucent by Fiber for the People. Taylor, she is an amazing yarn dyer. Love her yarn. I'm so thankful that I got 2 skeins of this, which will be perfect for that cropped hoodie. And I got it on her fingering weight base that is 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. And this was her first run of Lucent. It was like first run when it was a one of a kind. She determined she could replicate it. I got them. Love it. I love it so much. It has sat in my stash for a while, but I'm gonna make myself a cropped hoodie. And when I figure it out and get it all worked out, I'm gonna write it down as I go. And if I have enough interest, I'll publish it as a pattern. So be on the lookout, you guys. Big things coming in 2021 for your girl over here in her little knitting community. But so that is living in my Lord of the Rings Hobbit hole bag here. So big plans, big ideas. My next goal is 100 subscribers, and at 100 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway. I haven't determined what all is going to be in that giveaway pack, that giveaway prize. I'm working on that, but I am working towards 100 subscribers. So you guys like, subscribe, and we'll get that on the roll there. I may do two. I may do a knitting themed one and a garden themed one. We'll just see how it goes. We'll see how things move along. But thank you for hanging out with me today, for being a part of my From Fuller to Fullest fam, and I will see you guys next time.